All righty, welcome everybody. Welcome to the 14th episode of the Spin Zone. And as we have every week, I have my co-host, Mr. Steve Rodriguez, in the house.
What's up, people? Yeah, and you said 14.
Yes, it's the 14th episode for this show and probably the 99th, hopefully the 100th for the year. I haven't done my final count, but as you know, we've been chasing that magical 100 number for a couple of days, and
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
so I'm
Yeah.
hoping that after today we should be close or have come to the 100th episode for the year.
All right, hey, I got a special request then. For the
Uh-huh.
100th episode, I want popcorn.
You want popcorn? Well, popcorn or cake, one of the two. Maybe cake would be good. Or a cupcake.
Even better. There we go. See?
A
Hey.
cupcake. I've got some inside angles at the
Awesome.
butt
I
cake,
saw, I
so
just saw
maybe
it. Hey, that was good.
I can get a couple of cupcakes for the co-hosts.
There we go. There we go. Hey.
Except for one of them, hasn't been contacting me lately. He's starstruck right now,
well,
so
well, no, that's not
that
good. All
or
right.
he
All
won
right.
the lottery. One of the two. I don't know.
Maybe. Maybe.
Maybe.
Hey. Or maybe he got an inspection somewhere and hey, all right, he's been placed.
I don't know. I don't know. He's been MIA, you know. That or
Well,
he's
hey,
that or he's chasing Elon somewhere, you know.
maybe,
Maybe.
maybe.
Ay ay ay. And Doug's too busy. He's over there doing races on his e-bike, you know.
Hey, did you ever buy one?
No, no, I can't afford
Hey,
an e-bike. That's
what?
too rich for my blood. That's the Cadillac of bikes, by the way. You know. So, but he
Mm-hmm.
managed to go all the way from Rancho to Port Isabel, I think the day before Thanksgiving, with the wind,
Wow.
against the wind, excuse
Hey,
me.
did you hear how much Cyber Monday made?
No, how much did it make?
$12 million.
Wow. Imagine.
$12 million. And a lot of that was buy now, pay later.
So a lot of the Affirms, the PayPal for pays.
Yes.
Yep. Yep. That seems to be a big, big thing. That's kind of
Yes.
replaced Layway in a way, you know.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has. If you can pay, right, in monthly installments, right, yeah, you're still paying the same, but it lessens the burden, in my opinion.
Yeah, it does. It can. I know I've done
So,
that for like pool chlorine. It's really high up there. So I get it at Leslie's and I do a PayPal for pay.
uh-huh,
So I
uh-huh.
break it down into four
Yep,
easier
yep.
payments instead of having to go and dish out the money all at once. So,
Well, that's how I got my daughter's PlayStation 4.
uh-huh.
Both of them, all right,
Yeah.
with the 12 payments through a firm,
Yeah.
all right. And I got my grill through a firm, all
Yeah.
right. On my generators
Yeah.
through a firm. So it works out, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
Yeah, it does. It does. I mean, the first ones that started that whole gambit was QVC and HSN, with
Yes.
their four pays and their five pays. Now granted that some of the stuff on their thing is maybe about $20, $30 higher than what you would normally see at the store.
Mm-hmm.
But if most people go out there and use a credit card, at 18, 19, 20% interest, when you calculate that interest that you pay over time, you actually pay more than you would if you bought the item through them as well. So,
Mm-hmm.
it just doesn't, we've done that a few times, like with the infamous KitchenAid mixer, you know, if you go to the regular stores, Target or Walmart, well, you know that you can only find one or two colors at the stores. That's all they
Right.
offer.
Right.
But like QVC, for example, if you want that KitchenAid mixer, in like 8 different colors, and some of the colors are pretty cool, by the way. That's the only place you can get those colors. There's no other place you can get them. So, if you're looking for something for a specific color, like something like that, that's really the only place you can get it because they've got an
Mm-hmm.
exclusive contract with them for those colors. So,
Right.
and of course when they have their 4 pays and their 5 pays, now I would never buy, what I will not buy is I will not buy those steaks or those hot dogs that are absorbently high from them, because they not only do they get you on buying that expensive stuff, but they also get you where they put you on a rotating schedule. Like every other month, they'll send you a new
Oh, really?
batch of
I didn't know that
steaks.
part.
Yeah, yeah. My wife has got a situation with some HEPA filters from
Uh
a
huh.
HEPA machine that somehow she got suckered into every couple of months because you're supposed to replace those things every couple of months, those
Right.
filters. Well, every couple of months they auto draft and auto drop filters. You know that kind of tells you how often we change the filter, by the way. So but anyway, all right. Well, we're here because we have a game coming up, and it
Go
is
Cowboys!
with the Dallas Cowboys versus the Seattle Seahawks, and that's scheduled for tomorrow at 7:15 p.m. I have no idea what station they're televising it.
Prime. Prime.
Prime.
Prime Video.
Only Prime
Prime.
Video?
Only on Prime.
You're kidding me. So how am I going to record it?
Hey, it's only on Prime.
Oh, no wonder I couldn't
We'll
get
talk
it.
after the show. We'll talk after the show.
All right. All right. Well, we'll wherever it's shown, it's shown. But anyway, here we go. So, upcoming game highlights. The Dallas Cowboys are 8-3 and the Seattle Seahawks are 6 wins and 5 losses. Dallas with a record of 8-3, the Seahawks should make a very interesting game. Will Dallas be able to keep up the momentum or will Seattle be able to pull a win? The current
No.
the current stats are that there's a 79.4% chance of a Dallas victory, but if this was one of the other teams that we previously played, I'd say it would be a walk in the park, but this 6-5 worries me, even though, it's not an impressive win, but the Cowboys can fall for a team like this pretty quickly. So,
Yes.
you know, so I think it's not going to be like the other past two. I think it's going to be a little bit more of a tougher game. And there's a couple of reasons for that. Well, first of all, let's talk about the matchups. The
All
Cowboys
right.
and Seattle have met several times. The last time was back on 2020 on September 27th. The Seahawks won that game 38-31. Then prior to that, they met in 2019 on the 5th of January, and of course the Cowboys won that game 24 to Seattle 22. Prior to that, it was a year prior on 2018. That was back in September 23rd. That game, the Seahawks won over Dallas 24 to 13. Prior to that, it was the 24th of December on 2017, and the Seahawks won that game 21 to 12. And then in 2015, on the November 1st, Dallas lost to Seattle 13 to 12. So it doesn't look very pretty, does it?
No, it doesn't. No, but this year's gonna change.
But one of the reasons why it doesn't look pretty, well, first of all, let's talk about the injury trackers.
All right.
There's still a couple of players on the Dallas side that are injured. One is Rico Dowdle. He's the running back. He's out with an ankle injury. Dante Fowler, the defensive end, is out with some kind of illness. Peyton Hendershot, tight end, ankle. J. Ron Curse, back problem. Zach Martin, the guard. I don't know what NIR rest means, but that's what he's out for. Mozzie Smith, Defensive tackle, he's out with a shoulder injury. Tyrone Smith. Offensive tackle, also on bed rest. Tyrus Wheat, defensive end, concussion. And then Micah Parsons, he's out with some kind of undisclosed illness, and he's a linebacker.
That's just for him to get some rest. That's all it is.
Hopefully. On the Seattle side, they've got several injuries. Jamal Adams, he's got a knee problem. Jake Bobo, the wide receiver, shoulder. Anthony Bradford, knee. Trey Brown, foot injury. He's a cornerback. Kobe Bryant, another cornerback with a toe. DJ Dallas, running back, shoulder. Tyler Lockett, hamstring. Uh, Abraham Lucas, offensive tackle. He's got a knee injury. DK Metcalf, toe. Now, some of these are saying that they're injuries, but I've heard that some of these guys may play. Colby Parkinson, tight end, bicep issue. Jarek Reed, safety, a knee problem. Geno Smith, the quarterback, he's got a right elbow issue, even though he's going to play tomorrow. Kenneth Walker III, I don't know what an oblique is, but he's the running back. RLQ Woolen, cornerback, shoulder. And Derek Young, wide receiver, abdomen. So they've got a lot more injured on the Seattle side, but whether that makes a difference, I don't know. But one of the reasons why it's going to be an interesting is because of the coaching matchup. Dan Quinn, which is a defensive coordinator, actually came from Seattle. And his mentor was Pete Carroll, the head coach of the Seattle Seahawks. So as I mentioned, Pete Carroll was a mentor to Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn actually got his first head coaching job in part to Carroll and the success he had at Seattle. So both have the same philosophies, which include attacking defenses that take away the big plays. They tackle consistently, and they create takeaways. So basically, these guys know each other and their philosophies and their play philosophies. So it's not going to be an easy matchup, that's for sure. You know, so that's one reason. And of course, as we mentioned, you're going to have Dak Prescott against Geno Smith. He was injured, but it looks like he is going to play tomorrow. So we'll see. And of course, the wide receivers right now that are expected to play, even though some of these were on the injury list, they include Jackson Smith and Njigba, DK Metcalf on the Seattle side, and Tyler Lockett also on the Seattle side. And the running backs, well, these three guys over here are going to have to make up for the injury that Kenneth Walker currently has. So these guys here are going to have to take up the slack. I found this picture kind of funny. I don't know why he posed like that when ESPN took his picture, but it looked like he was really scared. Maybe he's scared of the game tomorrow or something.
Maybe.
But that was kind of funny. I thought, man, this dude really was like spooked out or something, So once again, these guys are going to have to take up the slack for this guy that's injured right now. And of course, I didn't list anybody on the Dallas side because the Dallas offensive line is still pretty healthy for the most part. We still have CD. We still have Dak. So I didn't really have a need to list them once again.
Right.
I made a typo. I didn't change
the Thursday.
I know. Well,
Thursday.
I know it's tomorrow, Thursday, so I apologize, everybody. This being the last slide, I forgot to change it.
It's all good. It's all good.
At least just the title. But basically, once again, the Cowboys are considered the favorites to win this going into this game, even though let's not hold our breath, The Dallas offensive line remains potent still. They're still intact. All eyes will be on the Dallas defense led by Dan Quinn as he faces his former team and his mentor, Pete Carroll, which is the head coach. The Seattle defense, on the good note, the Seattle defense continues to suck as it has for the last 4 seasons. It ranks in the 20s overall. So that's a little bit of good news, I guess. Uh, Not compared to the last couple of matchups between the teams
Right.
where, Dallas has not won those games, but the defense continues to suck, which I guess will be a good thing. Hopefully, it'll limit the sacks and everything that, the offensive line could face. But once again, right here, the third bullet right there, it'll be interesting to see if they can read each other's minds. You know,
That's going to be very interesting.
very interesting. So the game once again is tomorrow at 7:15. Did I say 7:15 or 7:30?
7:15 on Prime.
On Prime. So for those of you watching and have Prime, uh, you're lucky that you'll be able to see the game. I'll have to see if I have any DVR uh, features on Prime. Hopefully, I still have it active. I don't know. If it'll be an interesting game if I can't watch it. So,
Well, I can't watch it. I'll be working, so that's the
oh,
way it is.
yep, yep. So, all righty. All right. Well, that's it for the 14th episode of the Spin Zone. We
Awesome.
will see you next week for another episode. Steve, once again, thanking you for joining us tonight. And as
No
all,
problem, hey. Thank you for having me on, and we expect the best from the Cowboys. Go Cowboys, go Cowboys, go Cowboys.
go Cowboys, and hopefully there will be a pitada tomorrow.
Hopefully, hopefully.
Hopefully.
All right.
All righty, everybody. Well, thanks for watching, and we will see you soon.